Hello, and thank you for watching and listening to another episode of the Podacity with Keita Rose. Here we dare to use our voices, have the audacity to own who we are, and vow to never stop, never shrink, but most importantly,
never shut up. It's just not gonna happen.
Like, share, subscribe, talk in my comments. You know, tell me how you really feel. And I'm gonna tell you guys how I really feel about this Watch Jazzy and Cam Newton situation. Now, women specifically, in fact, I've only seen women talk about this. It's not even a good mixture of men and women. It's just all women talking about how they do not feel bad for Jasmin Brown at all. They don't feel bad for her. They don't have sympathy for her. They can't feel empathy for the situation. They just don't. If you don't know who Watch Jazzy is, she's a comedian who used to do like internet skits, right? She created a very popular character named Toya Turnup. It was like a ghetto version of herself, right? So Toya used to turn up, pat her head. She had golds in her mouth. She did all that. It became really, really popular, gained a lot of traction. And from there, I think that started her comedy career.
LaShante from Houston. Oh, girl, last time I went to Houston, I met James Harden. And let's just say I left his beard real glossy.
So everyone loved Jasmine, everyone, including myself. She's funny, she was relatable, she's gorgeous, not to mention her body is tea. Jazz is like, yeah, she's that girl. Like, she was that girl, but it's funny. It's funny how a man is always gonna be a woman's downfall, period. Ladies in the comments, name your biggest op. It's a man. It's always gonna be a man. And this isn't a man-bashing channel.
Everybody always talks about the man. What about the women? I don't understand. Everybody always talks about men.
Shut up. It's not a man-bashing channel, but when you see these really popular women, these women thriving, it's like a woman gets to a point where she's made it in her career. She's doing very, very well for herself, right? She's saying her affirmations. She's asking God to order her steps. She's meditating. She's drinking water. She's doing Pilates. Things are going good with her business if she's an entrepreneur. If she's not an entrepreneur, she's en route to get that promotion. And then she says, we have this bright idea. Like, you know what? What would make my life even better?
A man and kids. Yeah.
Every freaking time, that be the downfall. When I say downfall, don't you ever get my words twisted or mistaken, right? I don't mean that a man is gonna ruin your life. I can't stand when people say that. This baby ruined my life. This man ruined my life. Nothing's gonna ruin your life unless you let it. But are you gonna run into a bump in the road? Hell yeah, absolutely. And could this bump be the reason that you suffer major depression? Maybe stop eating. Maybe don't want to go to work anymore. Maybe isolate yourself from your friends. Absolutely. So is it going to be a very dark period in your life? Or are you going to have to experience a very dark, sad, depressing period in your life? Absolutely. But you can get up from any of that. You can bounce back every time from that. Don't ever get it twisted. So I can't stand when I hear people say, my life is ruined, my whole life. It feels like that. And those feelings are valid, but your whole life isn't ruined, right? Damn it if a man won't try. So Jazzy meets Cam Newton, right? Cam Newton's an ex-football player. I don't know much about him other than he has a podcast called Funky Fridays and he's worth $75 million. The only reason why I know he's worth 75-something million odd dollars is because when everybody was telling Jazz, hey, this man has 7 kids. This man is a serial broken home creator. He's a serial baby mama maker. Run. Do not make permanent decisions with that man. Jazzy used her platform and her comedy tour to say,
Y'all they never had a man worth $75 million, and that's why you're mad. It's not because Cam's a bad man. It's not because he's gonna send me through major depression and I'm not gonna find anything funny anymore, though I'm a comedian. It's because he's worth $75 million, and you broke hoes ain't never met a rich man.
And you know what? As women, we've got to stop using our man's success as a flex. And I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't either. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't either. When I got with my current boyfriend, I sure did say he has a
big and a bigger wallet.
I sure did. But that's not my success. His success, the fact that he's doing well in life, the fact that he's making a good amount of money and he's found something that's successful and that works out for him has nothing to do with me. It's not mine. Even if he decides to marry me, even if we share our life together, That's still his success. If a divorce happens, which is very likely, I know people don't get married in order to think about divorces, but if you are thinking about getting married or you want to be a wife or a husband, then you do need to think about the possibility of divorce. Just like nobody gets into a car and thinks, I'm going to have a car accident today, but you still pay for insurance because the possibility of it happening is likely. So we want to take preventative measures always in order to protect yourself. We've got to stop doing that as women. Okay, you're with a rich man, and a lot of people don't believe me when I say that you can settle for a rich man. A lot of people are like, nah. Women are like, no, because women think of settling as being with a broke man, being with a ugly man, being with a man that they don't really like, but they're kind of lonely, so they just go ahead and accept it. Settling is accepting any treatment that you are not happy with. Settling is accepting anything that does not align with who you are, your character, your morals, your vision of what your future should be. If you accept anything less than that, you are settling. I don't care if he makes $75 million. I don't care if he makes $75. I don't care if he's the biggest ever. Okay, I don't care if he takes care of his mom and he checks off all these surface level ass boxes that we like to create as women. It doesn't matter. If the relationship isn't aligned and you are choosing to stay in it anyway, we settle all the time. I settled in jobs that I knew weren't aligned with me because of that scarcity mindset of like, well, what would I do? Well, I mean, nothing is lined up right now. I can't walk away. A lot of people settle in relationships. Well, I'm getting older and I don't know. I don't want to be alone. I just don't want to come home to just a cat. They made it seem when we were growing up, they made it seem like cat ladies and dog ladies were so miserable, that those ladies were just in the house mad, leg hair, mustache grown out. They don't give a damn anymore. They're yelling at kids on their lawns.
Get the hell off my lawn! I'm lonely and no man wants me!
That's how they made it seem. No, cat ladies really be in the house drinking tea, watching their favorite movie, have a couple girlfriends come over, maybe share some wine and some cheesecake. They have plants all over the place and they live abundantly. And you don't have to worry about when's Carl coming back home. Carl, are you coming back home? Cat ladies don't say like Lacey's coming back home. Okay, yeah, he's mine. He may have been with you, but I got him all the time after he's with you. I can still smell you on him. It's fishy. Is your pH off? Oh, shit. You might be asking, well, why would people feel bad for Jazzy? Okay, she has this really rich man. She's pregnant again, so now she's on her second child. It seems like a good situation. Why are people saying anything about her? Well, it's because she took to her Instagram to talk to her supporters, and she had a transparency moment. And in that transparency moment, she explained that she was afraid to have a son. She says, if God gave me a son, I'd be so nervous because I feel like subconsciously I'd raise him, not we'd raise him. I'd raise him to be a man that I can only dream of but never experience. And that's traumatic. And it's like, okay, that's a little shot at Cam. Like, I don't know. I'm scared to have a son because I will raise him to be a great man. And I've never experienced a great man. So, of course, people are like, well, why wouldn't you want to raise your son to be like his father? Are you trying to say Cam's not a good man? You know Cam's not a good man. Cam is a rich man. Cam is a man who goes out and he has reckless sex with women, allegedly.
Everything that I say before this and after this is alleged. The whole video, my page, my existence is alleged.
Cam is somebody that goes out here. He's a rich man. We've seen this over and over again, right? He goes out, he finds a woman. It's not hard for him to find a woman. His options are going to be very, very big because women want a man with money. A lot of women are tired of being with the man that works the 9 to 5 that's cheating on them, right? That's disrespecting them, that isn't marrying them, that's taking them for granted. A lot of women are tired of that. So they said, you know what? If I got to cry anyway, I think that's where that saying comes from. If I got to cry anyway, I'd rather cry in a Bentley. I'd rather cry in a Wraith. I'd rather cry in a mansion. But the truth is, whether or not you're in a Bentley, whether or not you're in a Wraith, whether or not you're in a Honda Civic, you're still crying. You're still upset. You still feel disrespected. You still feel like you're settling in a situation. You look around, this is the truth, and a lot of women haven't experienced it, right? Like Jazzy said.
Y'all ain't never been with a rich nigga.
Well, I have. And I'm telling you that you think that you want this. You think that you want this life. But after so many purses, after you didn't spend a couple of weeks, days, or months in the mansion, it does become just a house. You look at it and you're like, this is just a purse. And you start asking yourself, is this it? Like, is this what I want for the rest of my life? And a lot of the times the answer is no. If this is what I get for the rest of my life, I don't know if I want it. I mean, the first time on a yacht's really fun. And the second time's really fun. And the first time getting gifted beautiful pairs of shoes or beautiful jewelry is so fun. You feel loved. You feel excited. You feel lucky. Genuinely, you feel lucky. These broke hoes are tripping. I don't want to be at the Piggly Wiggly with Marcus. I don't want to be... Marcus works at H&R Block. I don't want to be with him. I want to be here. I want to experience this life where cameras are on me and people want to know about my life and I feel more important and I get my hair done. I get my nails done. I don't have to decide between getting my nails done and eating. I don't have to decide between getting my hair done and getting this outfit. I can have it all. And you feel really, really lucky. Again, I say, until you sit there and you think to yourself, damn, this is it. Like, there's only so many times you're going to get your nails done, get your hair done, get a purse before you're like, I want to really feel loved. I want to really feel respected, loved, and seen. I don't want my man going out here and saying things like marriage ain't in the cards for me or I'm still looking for my wife. I don't want a man that says that. I don't want a man that behaves like that. I want to feel good. I want to come home to my kids and my husband, or if you don't believe in marriage, because not everybody believes in marriage, and contrary to popular belief, a marriage isn't going to keep that man home. For a long time as women, we heard, baby ain't going to keep that man, a baby ain't going to keep that man, that ring ain't going to keep that man either. The only thing that keeps a man is a man that wants to be kept. I don't know why that's such a hard concept. The only thing that keeps a man is a man that wants to be kept. Now, what a ring might do is ensure that you get some money if a divorce happens. That's what a ring might do. You might be able to get some money. If there's no prenup, you might be able to get half. But Cam's not stupid. He's not going to share his fortunes with a woman. He's just not.
Thing is, that person that I was while we were having children together, I couldn't be the best husband. I wasn't prepared to be a husband then.
Okay.
And the hourglass was shrinking for her.
I had to realize when I was going on all these extravagant dates and when I was in another man's mansion, that's his mansion. Those are dates that he wants to participate in too. So you feel lucky that you're getting a $300 meal, but he was going to eat that anyway. He was going to eat that anyway. The real flex, I know nobody wants to hear this. This is the part where you click off the video. The real flex is being able to buy that stuff and provide that stuff for yourself. That way you don't feel lucky. You feel like a man is an asset to your life. You feel like this man is going to be an asset to my life. He's going to improve my mood. He's going to make me feel better. My life got easier and softer with this man. You know, a lot of men walk around talking about women in survival mode, masculine women or hyper independent women, the women that say, I don't need you. But the truth is, it's the relationship with half these men that put women in survival mode. They got them feeling like they can't rely on anybody because when I'm with you, I can't rely on you. I can't rely on the fact that you won't be out here embarrassing me, that you won't be out here cheating on me, that you won't be out here telling people that I'm not wifing material or that you don't really feel like wifing me up. Right? I can't rely on that fact. A lot of women are saying that they don't feel bad for Jazzy because even though she's saying all that and she's trying to dig, I feel like she's digging at Cam. Like, I don't want to raise a son that I've never had because I've never had a good man. I hope I don't raise a bad man like you. I hope I don't raise a
person like you.
She used to say things like, be independent, don't be no pick-me. A pick-me is a woman that does anything for a man just for the sake of having a man. A pick-me is a woman that does this, this, and that, only to find that she turned into a woman that's like, I don't mind having an open relationship, or I don't mind going along with the program with my man. I don't mind that because I love my man. She did the Lovers podcast with Shan, and Shan was like, you know, what does a submissive woman do for an alpha man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it.
With this submit, that's not your husband. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to submit to a baby mama maker with 7 kids. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that. So she's like, what does it mean to submit to an alpha man? And she's like, it means everything. It means, you know, to make sure that he has food and his bags are packed and so is his lunch. I look at him breathe at night and I just want to make sure he's okay and that he's breathing all right. When he farts, I grab it. I'll catch it. When he farts, I catch it. And because I want to make sure that he's getting enough nutrients. And if his farts smell a little off, then I got to make sure that Papa eats better. I got to make sure Papa gets a better meal. Because I love my man. And you know what? I wasn't mad because when you are in your honeymoon stage, when you find a man and you believe that that's the right man for you because all of your experiences have been beautiful, that's one thing that a rich man can do that poor men don't. When you're with a man that makes less money, you'll see that all he has really to give you is his personality. The experience with you might be different because you'll be focusing on the time spent with him, right? So you want to know what he thinks and what he says and how he feels about certain things, and you really appreciate the way that he treats you. Now, some of those men aren't, and some of those men are gonna love bomb you and make you feel like you're everything and give you all these affirmations up front, and you'll feel really good emotionally until you find out who he really is. The mask will drop, and yes, women mask themselves too. But right now this is about men. The representative act will drop, and they'll show you who they really are, and you'll be like, damn, that nice guy persona was just that. It was just a persona. But what a rich man can give you is experiences, and a lot of the time with rich men, you don't pay attention to what he says, and you're not really paying attention to how he feels about certain things or where the relationship is going because you are bombed, not necessarily with emotional love, but you're bombed with all these experiences. So he might call you up and be like, hey, get dressed. We're going to Paris. Why are we going to Paris? Yeah, we're going to Paris for a couple days, just to see the Eiffel Tower, just so we can go shopping in Milan, whatever. And you're like, oh my God, I've never been okay, yes. And so you pack up your stuff. Or, hey, listen, there's a car out front your house. Come on. We're about to go hop on my private jet. And on that jet, we're about to go to Tokyo. And you're like, oh my God, you're taking me around the world. So you get so engulfed in all these feelings because of the experience. So you start telling yourself, oh my God, he's in love with me. Look at what he's doing for me. The truth is, he can do that for anybody. In fact, he has enough money to do that for 5 other women at the same time without any of you knowing it. Like, he has enough time to spoil you. And so that's why a lot of women will settle for a rich man because these experiences with him are better. Now, when Kia Proctor came out, which is his ex, right, Cam's ex, and said, yeah, I thought we were moving towards marriage, and she had 4 kids by him. She has another one, so 5 kids that he claims. When she had 5 kids that he claims as his own, and said, I thought we were gonna get married, but he was, cheating. And he actually had another baby on me with another woman.
Because as a baby mama myself, let me just put myself in that shoes. It's like, why would you give me a forever commitment, which is a child, versus like, where's my ring?
That person that I was while we were having children together, I couldn't be the best husband. I wasn't prepared to be a husband then. Okay. And the hourglass was shrinking for her. That
could have been a red flag. And as women, we like to think, oh no. We like to think, no. He changed. I'm going to be the woman that changes him. I'm going to be the woman that he's never seen before. Baby girl, let me tell you, you could have the
wettest of the wettest trap snatch.
You could have the finest body. I mean, face card, never decline. Your breath could never stink. You could be the perfect woman. A man who's already proven that he cannot lead a household, that he does not have the skills to have a healthy, happy relationship. And I'm not saying this because he has exes. Plenty of his exes could say, yeah, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. But while Jazzy was pregnant, Kia, who is the mother of a litter of his children, had to fight him back and forth for a Bentley that he gave her as a gift because he said, I only gave it to you because we were together. Now that we're not together anymore, you need to give me my car back. This is a man with an abundance of money that could buy 3 or 4 Bentleys if he wanted to. What does it matter that the woman that you had kids with has a car that you can buy 9 of? It's about pride and it's about ego and it's about control. You wouldn't be able to buy that Bentley without me. You shouldn't be rolling around in a Bentley. I don't want other men to see you in a Bentley, so I'm going to take that Bentley away from you. Now, Jazzy was pregnant at the time. In her mind, she's like, that's their problem. A lot of women do that. That's her problem. No, baby, that's your man. That's your problem. Whatever her problem was is going to be your problem. I think they said Kia gets $7,500 a month, which is $1,500 a kid. A lot of us regular folks will say, wow, $1,500, that's enough for me. I'm okay with that. $1,500 a kid? Hell no. Kids are extremely expensive. Kids are extremely expensive. The economy is down, and you're with a man worth $75 million, or you had kids by a man worth $75 million. And all you get is $7,500 a month and you don't even get to keep the Bentley. All right. And that's her experience. That's what she has to live with. So I know a lot of people aren't going to feel bad. I do feel bad for Jazzy, absolutely, because she's pregnant. And no woman wants to sit up here and go through pregnancy hormones and feel sick to their stomach and tired and a little self-conscious. They're probably not going to receive the support that they need. And a lot of people will say, well, why didn't you know that? But I just want to leave you with this little nugget. There's women that didn't see this coming at all, and still this is their experience. There's women that have been married to a man that they absolutely love. They got the ring, everything worked out, and they found out he cheated, or he's continuously cheating, or he's lying about his financial situation. There are lies being uncovered every day that women, both women and men, have to experience in relationships. So I know a lot of people don't feel bad for Jazzy, but she's pregnant right now. So I do feel bad. Absolutely. And now you have to deal with the fact that not only did you tell women to be more independent and not to be a pick-me, then you turn into a woman saying, well, I got chosen and I smell his farts at night because I love him so much. But now you might be a single mom. And you know the stigma with single moms. Oh, you're terrible. Oh, you're not going to raise your kids right because this man couldn't lead a household, because this man couldn't be an actual leader. You know, I think in one of Cam's interviews, he said that the bad don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how to allow a man to lead.
And it's a lot of women who are, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
And what you'll see with these type of men is they want to lead, and you'll let them. That's the funny thing. You'll let them. They want to be a leader so bad. I'm a leader. Let me lead this family. I want to lead a family. All my other friends that are very successful have successful wives and families. I want one too. And you say, okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, well, first we're going to have a kid. Okay. And you're going to move in with me. Okay. He didn't even ask her to be his girlfriend.
I don't think I asked my girl. We just was around each other.
So are you really dating?
Let somebody tell it. Man, y'all ain't even together because y'all ain't married.
No. Are you really dating, though?
Right? They were hunching and talking, and then she kind of just moved in. So you're going to move in with me. Okay. Then what? And we're going to have another kid. Okay. And then what? And we're going to buy a car today. Okay. And what else? And Tuesday we're going to have tacos. And I want tacos, and you're going to cook them. Okay. Yeah. And then you let that man lead, and you say to yourself, I mean, what else? Are we going to get married? Are you going to consider my feelings about maybe where I want to live or how I want the house to be? I mean, maybe I want this room to be painted this way, or, I mean, do I have any say-so in anything? No, I'm a man.
No!
And don't question me. Let me lead. Let me tell you something. Any man could be a leader. Where is he leading you to? Is he leading you to a life that you've always wanted? Is he leading you so well that you want to become a better woman, that you want to pour into this, that you want to grow out your family and be fruitful and multiply? Are you submitting to a God-fearing man? So how you submit to an alpha male? What? Are you submitting to a God-fearing man, a man that won't cheat, a man that won't play you, a man that won't have you out here looking stupid, a man that respects you and honors his wife? No? Oh, you're just doing what a nigga says? Okay, that's terrible. And we need to stop doing that. I don't wish Cam Newton's love on any of my worst enemies. May that type of love never find me, my homegirls, or any friends of my friends. And before y'all sit up here and say, well, Cam was probably raised by a single mom. He wasn't.
I grew up in a 3-parent household.
And for those of y'all that keep saying, well, Jazzy should have got a ring. If she would have got a ring, she would have felt the same way. And a lot of these rich men are getting real smart, ladies. So you're going to have to use your skills now. Because a lot of these rich men are saying, okay, we got married, but I got high-powered lawyers and attorneys that can make sure that you only get about $1,500 a kid. So you're still going to have to work really, really hard, especially in this economy, especially if you want to keep up the lifestyle that I gave you. That's what a lot of women don't take into consideration. You love this lifestyle, so you make all these permanent decisions around this lifestyle. Look at this. Look at my house, look at my pool, look at my nannies, look at my maids, until you're kicked out the house and another woman is invited in. And now you got 3 kids, you get $3,000 a month. Now what? Now what? And no more Bentley. Well, that's fine, because you probably couldn't keep up with the payments for the Bentley in the first place. So that's fine. You can have the Bentley back. In fact, I can't fill the Bentley up. Here, It's yours. A lot of women need to stop mistaking money for morals. He has money. That's great. He can provide a lifestyle. But how many golden plated steaks are you going to eat before you're tired of eating alone? Or you're tired of checking your phone wondering where he is? Or that you hope to God that you actually are special, that he's not going to dog you like he did the other women, that he's not going to just leave your babies there, throw some money at your babies, and then go meet another woman and say, oh, yeah, you're the one. Come on, move in. It's a revolving door. So do I feel bad for Jazzy? Absolutely. She's a woman. A lot of women, oh, that's stupid, that's stupid. We all felt like that before. We all felt like we found the one. He's the one. He's better than anybody else. This is the one. And look what he's done for me. Look at what he says to me. Look at how he makes me feel. But the truth is that once you've experienced that man in all his glory and you realize what this man truly is, you have options. You can stay and you can settle and you can try to find joy out of life. That's what some women do, right? Well, he's not going to be the man that I can really pour my emotions into. He's not very emotionally mature, right? But I have this beautiful life and this nice car, so I'm just going to stick it out. Or you can leave. You can become a single mother. You can love yourself. You can pour into yourself. You can find a man that loves and accepts you and your children. It happens all the time. You can do that. You have a choice. A lot of the times women will choose to just settle because of the embarrassment of everybody saying, well, I don't feel bad for you, or you should have known, and now you a baby mama, you just a single mama, you just a whatever. Well, you know what? I tell you what, people can call you whatever the they want. It's what you answer to. You need to make sure that you are in a good headspace mentally. I don't care what nobody say about me, whether I choose to stay in a relationship or whether I become single and I pour into myself until somebody can love me properly. You can call me what you want, but it's what I answer to. What I don't want to be is a miserable mother. A miserable mother is the one who can't raise their children properly. A miserable mother is the one that can't instill love and empathy and respect in their children. They're too in their head and they're too worried about what's going on and all the noise around. And they can't focus on what's really important, which is that child and that child's well-being. A lot of people were mad in the comments saying, why are you putting so much emphasis on this boy instead of teaching your daughter how a woman is supposed to be treated? Why do you care about the boy? I think she said that again as like a dig to Cam, as like a way to tell everybody like, yeah, he ain't okay? Or tell her real supporters and her real fans, because I can't stand when people are like, why are you telling us? I wasn't talking to you. You're not my target audience. I be posting all the time and people are like, I don't care. Ho, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my target audience. I have people that love and respect me. I have people that care for my well-being. I'm talking to them, ho, not you. You just happen to stumble upon this post. That don't got nothing to do with me. Bye. So I think she was just trying to tell her, fans, like, yeah, I'm struggling here, and y'all might see me single. Y'all might see me pop out with just 2 kids, and it is what it is. And I think her fans, if they're real fans of her and her work and who she is, they will still love her and they'll still stand by her and they'll still go to shows and they'll still support her, because that's important. People underestimate the support of people, especially when you're pregnant, especially when you feel like you're down and you're in your darkest moments. People underestimate that support. So whether it's 5 people or 500 people or 500,000 people, thank you so much. And I'll tell you guys, thank you so much for the support that you give me, because y'all have gotten me through some really dark times that I made public. So thank you. But I will say this, don't worry about raising your son into a man that's nothing like the men that I can't stand when people do that. Stop putting so much expectations on these little kids that don't know anything. Stop. You don't have to raise your man to be a wonderful husband at the age of 9 months. Raise your kids to be good people, to be empathetic, to be considerate, to care about other people, to be responsible, to be reliable, to not be out here making all these babies and doing all this stuff, to actually respect women and respect themselves and their bodies enough to not be ran through. Because a lot of these niggas are ran through and they don't want to admit that. People don't want to say that. They're quick to call a woman a lot of these men are ran through, and you wouldn't want nothing to do with them really if they didn't have money. In fact, they're so broke, all they have is money because they don't have anything else. No good conversation. You don't feel good around them. You don't feel safe around them. You think you're going to get cheated on. You hope you don't come back with an STD. They're ran through, but maybe he'll give you the gold card. And if they do, what do I always say?
Take the Birkin back. When he buys you a Birkin, take a picture with the Birkin. Hey, everybody, I have a Birkin. After that, resell the Birkin. Take the 30 grand and invest it in a business.
A lot of don't do it right because you sit up here and you get all these gifts. A gift, it doesn't matter, because once your time is up, which is why you should enjoy your time with a man. Once your time is up, all you have, you're back in Section 8 with 3 Birkins and 4 Rolexes. Take it back. Take it back. Invest it in yourself. Invest it in your business. That way, when a man walks away and says, you're no longer the one, when a man walks away and says, I don't want you anymore, it hurts. Of course. That hurts. That'll tear you apart. But you know what? You won't be poor. You won't be broke. Thank God. Thank God I invested into myself and I didn't rely on you for my future. Thank God. I'm gonna wrap this up. What are your thoughts? I do feel bad for Jazzy. Leave your thoughts, opinions, and gripes in the comments below. I'll be down to read them. Until next time, I will holla.